Hi guys, it's Jazz1122 here, and this reading is for the Leos out there for January 27th through February 3rd. I just would like to say thank you guys so much for all your likes, your comments, and to all my new subscribers, welcome to my channel. I'm so glad to have you here. If you would like a one question email reading from me, I will have all the details in the description box below. And please keep in mind that these are general readings and not everything may resonate. Okay, so let's see what's going on with Leo for this week. Okay, you have the Temperance here. So with what I feel with the Temperance card, it's bringing peace to your emotions. You may have been going through a lot recently, Leo. You may have realized that you've been putting a lot of energy towards people, places, and things that just didn't deserve it. People doing things just to trigger you or get a reaction out of you or try to play games with you. And you're realizing this week just how much emotion and power you were giving these people. So now you're coming as a Temperance. Like, I need to get a balance on myself. Like, I'm going to two a cup myself. That's the theme I get. It's like, you know what? If I'm not in a relationship right now or this person wants to leave me, listen, I'm not going to beg nobody to be with me. Like, first of all, I love myself too much for that. And anyone would be lucky to have me. And if they're okay with losing me, that's fine. But I'm not going to let it hit my self-esteem. Maybe that's what you start to realize, Leo. Maybe you start to realize if a person left out your life, you beat yourself up. You start to question, you know, are you good enough and what's wrong with you? And you actually start to look at, wait a minute. Maybe them leaving is one of the best things that will happen to me. I just don't see that right now. So maybe I should just focus on two-a-cupping myself and bringing peace and not looking for their external validation to cause me to feel better about myself, because at the end of the day, only I can love myself like no other, right? And we have the Seven of Wands reversed. With what I see here, Aries, I'm sorry, I just did Aries. Sorry, y'all. That's why I said it. Or you could be dealing with Aries. That could be another thing. Some of you may be dealing with Aries. But with the Seven of Wands reversed, you're withdrawing from the battle with this person. You're done trying to fight to make it work with them. You realize that you are wasting precious time and energy trying to force a connection to work that is just not. Especially if you're the only one defending it, right? I feel like each and every one of us at some point of our lives have been there before, where we feel like it's an uphill battle, right? It's like it's only us fighting for the connection. And then sometimes because we want it so bad, we're willing to do that until we realize how much damage we actually have taken to ourselves, right? Because this person just lets us fight the battles in this connection and they don't seem to care. But when we're so in love, we don't really think about that. You know what I mean? How much we give to that person and how much they don't even give a crap, really, or they give crumbs to you, you know? I feel like you're coming to these realizations that you are truly worth more and deserve more than what you have settled for with this connection in terms of a person, place, or a thing. And it makes sense why you're withdrawing from battle. Like I said, you had this all on you, Leo. And look at this. Especially because they was the king of, not the king of wands, the knight of wands. No wonder you were dealing with a person that was very inconsistent, very here one day they love you, they care about you, the next week, oh, I can't do it, or then they ghost you and then they come back like everything's okay. And at first you was fine with that for a while because you cared about them, you loved them. But over time you started to realize, wait a minute, I can't even see, because you was just taking wound after wound after wound after wound to be with this person. For them to just go about their business and be like, oh, well, I'm leaving. You know what I mean? And then you may feel insecure about yourself. And I feel like this person may have wanted to break you down in some type of way. Maybe they felt like you were too confident in yourself. And there's really people who do that out here. When you're very confident in yourself, there will be people who will act like this, because you want to know why? This Knight of Wands energy is very confusing. You start to question yourself. You start to feel like it's something wrong with me, right? And then what happens? We go into overdrive to prove our love, to prove who we are, and do this and do that. And that you may have fallen in a trap with that, and you start to realize, wow, this person was just playing a game with me, right? So I'm going to go into the clarifiers to see what's going on. Let's see. Why is the Temperance card here? We have the Ace of Cups. I love that. We have the Two of Rods. And we have the Knight of Swords. So what I see here, Leo, with the Ace of Cups, speaking of self-love, your own emotional happiness, you start to realize this week how much you have cheated yourself out of that for this connection or this person, place, or thing. How much you have settled and put your needs and wants to the side because you were scared to lose them. As painful as that, I have to say this, I've learned this myself. You really can't be fearful, because when you fear that, you will act out of desperation, which a lot of people tend to do. As a person may threaten to leave them, and then they go and try to buy them things, or they try to be so nice to them and try to cater to them and do everything else, while this person is just like, yeah, just give me all this validation, just give me all this, just give me everything, right? And then we have the Two of Rods here. With the Two of Rods here, you're focusing more on your path. You're focusing on where you are going. Maybe being in this situation caused you to realize how much attention and energy that this has taken from you, that you was not completely focused on what you had going on. And also we have the Knight of Swords. It also was becoming very toxic. You guys could have been or it could be a person, place, thing, like I said, where it was just very it could be spiteful communication, or a very tense environment, or tense communications where it's just like anything can turn into a battle, right? You could just say how you feel and the person could just take offense to it, and before you know it, the tower's blowing up and a whole bunch of chaos happens, and you realize how toxic this actually was. That's what I see here as well. So let's see why the Seven of... Okay, we have the Queen of Cups with the Seven of Wands. We have the Seven of Swords. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, why is the Eight of Pentacles here? Ace of Swords. You are trusting what you feel because deep down inside, Leo, you kind of knew this connection wasn't going to work. The Queen of Cups is also psychic. You may have picked up on the energy. It wasn't your intuition, it was just a feeling around this person. You felt uneasy a bit. You couldn't relax, right? But you really started to realize why you felt that way. It's because it wasn't going to work. And also, not only that, you feel that they wasn't telling you the truth. And usually with people that's in and out like this, they don't tell the truth. That's why they ghost. It's easier that way to just disappear, and then they pop back like nothing happened and say that they was busy or say they had this going on. But listen, people make time for what they want in life. If somebody wants you, they will cross the ends of earth for you. And anyone who makes that excuse, they don't want you like that. Because a lot of times, unless they're like the president of the United States or the world, then how busy can they truly be? Like, come on, like everybody just about has a cell phone to communicate. So those excuses aren't valid. You know what I'm saying? Maybe back when we had to write letters and stuff like that, but we have cell phones, we have technology. I'm sure they could be home at home, right? Laying in the bed any other time, but then they telling you that they're busy. So I feel like you started to feel like they were lying to you, and that's when you just put your guard down and say, you know what, I'm leaving, I'm done fighting for this. Like, I feel like you're not telling me the truth. So you started to work on your own mental clarity and get yourself out of this headspace of feeling stressed and constantly questioning yourself and what are you doing wrong and how this person feels about me and all this other stuff. So really you're putting all that energy to yourself and your mental sanity as well. So let's see why this Knight of Wands is here and the Ten of. We have the Two of Swords reversed. And we have the King of Pentacles. So you are deciding to get off the fence and boss up in this situation, really, to focus on your finances, your emotions, your mental, and realize that also this is not the type of partner you really want. It's like, do I really want someone who's in and out of my life? Do I really want someone that's inconsistent? Like, yeah, I know I care about them, but at what price does that come to me, though, right? So you're getting off the fence because you may have tried to ignore this for a while, Leo. You may have, like the bird box, with the blindfold. You may not have wanted to see what was in front of you because you love them. Hey, we all been there. I've been there. you know? But at the same time, that's at some point you can no longer question where it's so blatantly obvious. And I feel like that's the point that it has gotten to. How stressful it is. It's just easier just to let it go, right? Because if you did put all this work in it, it's just exhausting and it's not even the payoff, right? It's just like a bottomless pit with this person. It's just like you give and you give and you give. It's like it never goes any higher than the level that the pit is because it's endless. Because this person only cared about themselves. And that's why you like, you know what? The next person I want to be with, they got to be King of Pentacles. Listen, you got to be on your business. You got to be practical, stable, all that. Because I don't have time for this immature energy. So, Leos, I hope you guys appreciate this reading. And I catch you guys next week.